have always had a love for wine, but it wasn't until we moved to Washington and started doing our show did I realize how the state is the perfect place for wine lovers like myself.
There are a few reasons why Washington can be considered the perfect place for wine lovers. The obvious one is that Washington produces some amazing wine, and that can be attributed to the soil in which the grapes are grown. Soil that is made up of minerals and deposits that resulted from ancient volcanic eruptions.
The rich soil is a major reason why Washington is home to more than 20 American viticultural areas. But the other benefit to living in the state for wine lovers is the fact that Washington designates 2 months out of the year as wine months.
That's right. Both the month of March and the month of August are designated as Washington Wine Months. In the celebration of the first wine month of this year, in preparation for the second wine month of this year, we are going back to one of the state's premier wine destinations, Lake Chelan.
We first went to Lake Chelan back in episode 139, where we enjoyed the beautiful outdoors and took advantage of the local lake time vibe. But this time we are really diving into the wine scene to show you some great ways to experience Lake Chelan during wine month.
From experiencing a working farm where they practice sustainable wine growing practices to dropping into one of the few producers in Washington doing Méthode Champenoise sparkling wine.
We even have an option for all ages of family members, which allows everyone to still experience some of the amazing fruit from Chelan's rich soil. Yes, you will see it all and hear directly from the people behind these amazing options.
Welcome to TWB Presents Washington Wine Month in Lake Chelan. Lake Chelan is one of the deepest lakes in the country. It's the lake's effect on the climate combined with Chelan's elevation that help make it a prime destination to experience the best of Washington's wine.
The wine's connection to Washington's natural makeup is why La Grioth Winery at Chelan Valley Farms is a special experience in Lake Chelan. Not only can you enjoy great wines made from organic grapes that are sustainably grown, but you can also enjoy them on a working farm.
If you ask the owners, the farm-winery combination was an intentional choice, all about connecting the land, the wine, and even families.
I'm Gina.
I'm Chad, Farmer Chad, some people call me.
Our winery name is called La Grioth, Lagrioth.
Thinking about Washington Wine Month and thinking about the Lake Chelan Valley, what if we thought about wine as a connection piece? And here in the Lake Chelan Valley, we have this giant lake. It's absolutely gorgeous, 55 miles long, 1,500 feet deep, and it is an attraction for tourists, for families. So, just 3 hours east of Seattle, we've got all these families coming to this place. That's something that we've really focused on, this place where people can come and say, mom and dad and the grandparents can sip on a glass of wine while the kids are off picking blueberries. So we've really tried to create something that brings that connection and allows people to spend time together.
We are a working farm, so our boys are really active in everything we do. We moved here and purchased this property to grow Pinot Noir in Lake Chelan. We have Pinot Noir growing, we have Sauvignon Blanc, as well as Chardonnay. So hopefully you can come enjoy Lake Chelan, enjoy the farm, connect with one another, and enjoy a glass of wine together. Cheers.
We really enjoyed our time and the wine at La Grioth, and also learning so much about what goes into producing high-quality grapes while still being environmentally friendly.
Mars, we really have to go back, but next time, we stay the whole weekend to see what it's like to work on the farm.
How about I drink the wine and you work on the farm? In the meantime, we recommend you dropping into La Grioth Winery at Chelan Valley Farms. Our next recommendation for experiencing Washington Wine Month in Lake Chelan is an experience geared towards fans of sparkling wine.
Considering that sparkling wine continues to rise in popularity, we have to recommend a Lake Chelan experience where they aren't just producing some amazing sparkling wine, but they're also one of the few wine producers in Washington producing via Méthode Champenoise.
Their commitment to producing authentic sparkling wine isn't the only thing that makes Karma Vineyards a special place to visit.
We're here with Bob Busk, manager here at Karma Vineyards. And Bob, tell us a little bit about what you guys do here at Karma.
So we make Méthode Champenoise. We also make some still wine. We serve amazing food. But I know people come here a lot for our champagne, which you got to taste.
Oh, yes. Yeah, unbelievable.
We call it Méthode Champenoise because we can't officially call it champagne because it's not from Champagne. That's why it's in the method of champagne. But we use the same grapes they use in France. We use the same method. that they use to make it. So we use Chardonnay, we use Pinot Noir, and we use Pinot Meunier. Those are the three main grapes that we use.
Yes, we really enjoyed our time at Karma Vineyards. And for at least one of us, it was a surprise to have really enjoyed their sparkling wine.
I'm not even a champagne guy.
Anthony's not a champagne guy. He loved the champs.
I loved it.
We definitely recommend you dropping into Karma Vineyards on your trip to Lake Chelan.
While it's true that wine is something that can't be enjoyed until a certain age, Lake Chelan still offers a great way to experience a part of Washington Wine Month for people of all ages, cider.
This experience is technically in Manson, Washington.
What's up, beautiful people? We're in Manson, Washington, right next door to Lake Chelan at Cider Press.
And we're gonna be making our own cider. Super excited because apples here in Washington are top of the line, so this should be really, really fun.
Let's go check it out.
Before making our own cider, we got to taste some of the professionally made cider served at Cider Press.
They give us a variety because we're about to make our own cider, and so they want us to taste a few to see kind of what elements we like in cider before we go and make a lot of it. So this one's called Cosmic. Oh, it's so good.
This I think, is one of our favorites.
This cherry and Cosmic
That might be the one.
It's refreshing. Even though this was our first time making cider, we were in good hands.
My name is Titus. We're part of what's called Manson Growers. So we're pretty much a co-op where we pick, we store and ship apples all across the world.
Not only did we learn about the cider making process, we learned a lot about the apples overall.
So these apples right here, these are gonna be your sweet apples. So we've got the sugar bee. Have you guys heard of the sugar bee before? It's a relatively newer apple. It's like, I always say the cousin or the brother to like the Honeycrisp.
This was definitely a lot of fun. And for our first time making cider, I can honestly say that ours didn't taste too bad.
We'll have to do it again, and we recommend dropping into Cider Press if you're in Lake Chelan. We love Lake Chelan and we love wine, so this will not be our last time in the premier Washington wine destination.
Now, if you didn't see episode 139, then you're probably wondering, what scores did Lake Chelan receive last time? Not only will we let you know, but also, since we were using our 5-point scale at the time of our last visit, we'll bump it up against our new 10-point scale.
Here's how we would rate it against our new scales. Starting with our drive grade scale. Last time, Lake Chelan got a 5 out of 5, and we can still give perfect scores considering the amazing views, roadside amenities, difficulty of route, roadside attractions,
and even the parking.
Lake Chelan comes out to a perfect 10 out of 10 for drive grade.
As for level of fun, last time Lake Chelan also got a 5 out of 5. This time, we can still give a perfect score for activities, quality of restaurant options, special events, and with experiences like Cider Press, a perfect score for demographic applicability. But in regard to affordability, well, Lake Chelan can be a bit pricey, so only 1 point for affordability. While the level of fun score doesn't come out to a perfect score like last time, the overall score isn't much less, coming out to a 9 out of 10.
Finally, for our Comfortability for Black People score, Lake Chelan also got a perfect score last time. Against our new scale, it scores both points for amount of Black people seen, exposure to nature, personal feelings during the visit, and visibility of signs and artifacts of inclusion. Probably not surprising, the area's Black population numbers gets no points. So again, while not receiving a perfect Comfortability score as last time, Lake Chelan still gets a really good score against our new scale, coming out to an 8 out of 10.
There you have it. Lake Chelan still comes in with high scores when put up against our newer scales. It's easy to see why we love this place.
We hope you enjoy Washington Wine Month and also take advantage of experiencing Lake Chelan. Let us know when you visit and what's your favorite place to experience in Lake Chelan.
Until next time, beautiful people, stay up, stay true, and do you.